Question is, will he have our 4th Xavier of this attempt, or will he not have a Xavier? He does. Well, no combo on this guy. He would have been really good, though. We can still probably win this. Our long round's really strong. Okay, so here, we know he doesn't have any Xaviers. Oh, come on. No. Of course. Of course. I don't know which one that is. We're on like 6 or something now. Off the top with Joachim. Perfect. No way. And again, this is a different guy than the last guy. They didn't stack the deck. So that was some anti-highlights this time. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. And we'll be showing off the new intro here. If you like it, don't like it, just let me know. Well, we can always change the intro. Here it is. We're going to be playing some Rain, but this time with the Fulmar and Rioghan the Undying version, since there were a couple requests for this. Should be pretty interesting. Now, calling it greedy Rain here for a couple of reasons. It's pretty greedy in that this combo will most likely never go off, because you're always going to have Rioghan get banished. And the other thing is, we remove stuff like Heatwave, remove stuff like a bit of more control, just to make this work out. And let's see what we have here. So we Vaedrmakar consistency. These are all very basic. I'm sure most of the deck's pretty similar to the other Rain decks, and it plays similarly, except in that you don't have to get Gdyneith for the early round pushes. So instead you rely on the big finisher with your Fulmar combo. You've Vaedrmakar, Fuchsia, Fulmar, he's part of the combo. Melusine, same thing with her. You get her going early, bring her back before they can banish her. Same idea there. Cut Steel for protection. You want to be really greedy, you can remove this or something else like Royal Decree for consistency, something like that. Although I wouldn't really recommend it. You really want to protect Fulmar. The right is a Resurrection. The Rioghan the Undying as part of our combo. We'll see if he ever actually gets not banished. I'm questioning that. We have Bride of the Sea, replay something really nice. Decoction for damage. Now, we have Vaedrmakar to extend the durations, and to extend them further, we have Scepter of Storms. We'll specifically requested to have a Vaedrmakar and Scepter of Storms in our deck at some point. So, here they are now. This is probably their best fit, and we'll see if we can't get this extension off. Be pretty nice if you do. That's how you get Rioghan the Undying's Rain out quite a bit. Either you get a whole bunch from Melusine and you stack more cards like Tears of the Siren, or you have stuff like Vaedrmakar which extends it. We're going to go with that approach. Grimace for Purify, just because I like having the Purify. You can remove this for your own Xavier. You can remove this for a lock in Drag Revolt or the Jenga Fret. Either one's good. I just have him for the Purify because Messenger of the Sea is where our points are at, and if it gets locked, I want to be able to remove that. Delirium for a bit more control. I said remove some control, but I didn't take it all out. I meant we remove the big control, like there's no heat wave in here. So anything really dangerous that's hard to answer, we might have difficulty with. But hopefully our combo's enough to win at round 3 anyway. For his Blessing, to bring back Messenger of the Sea. The Grimace is also here to purify the Messenger. So you bring it back with the Blessing, or you bring it back with Fuchsia or something. You can purify that off, and if they kill it, you can bring it back again still. Quite nice. So with the 2 Blessings, 2 Melusine Cultists. Good setup, good engine, really strong card. 2 Gutting Slashes. Now this could be something else. I just like having Gutting Slashes. If there's engine decks, I just want to have answers. So we have the 2 Gutting Slashes. This could be something else if you want. 2 Hermits. The reason we have Hermit, other than something else that might be better as a 4, is because if we look, we don't have that many Cultists, right? Rioghan's going to be in the graveyard. Bride we're not going to play most of the time unless we really want to. Fulmar we save for our combo, so we only have the Melusine Cultist and the Hermit for Cultists. You could put a different one in, but honestly, 4 provision ones. I think Hermit's still probably the best, although you can pick a different one if you want to. I just want to make sure we have Cultists to refresh Melusine's order. We have little half-root for setup. So this should be pretty self-explanatory. The you could also, if you want to be cool, because I'm apparently not cool, we can run in Skellege. You actually just run Skellige Storm, but that's even more memey. So the idea here is you win round 1, go too long round 3. You have Covenant of Steel, you put your Fulmar behind it, you have Melusine giving out as many, like 2 rains every turn to a row, and then on the last turn, you use Fulmar's Order and transform all the rains to Storm, and then you resurrect your Rioghan the Undying and everything dies, and you have Messenger of the Sea out, and you get like 100 points, and they lose like 100 points. That is the idea. Now, a lot of people said this combo is too strong, especially when the expansion came out. This is OP. If you banish Rioghan and they've set this up, they lost so much value. That's kind of why I don't like it. So you set all this up, right? You could obviously Storm before the last turn with Fulmar, just saying, but before that you want to have him set up so on at least the last turn you can Storm it. Yeah, if they banish your Rioghan and you've damaged your Melusine a whole bunch, you've put out a bunch of rains for value, they're never going to go off. So as long as you banish Rioghan, this combo's not really scary at all, which is kind of why I don't like the deck. But we're going to be playing it anyway. I have an unreasonable hatred for this deck. It's really not that bad. I just hate going all in on combos like this that are so easily interrupted. But we'll try and make it work anyway. Hopefully run into some Devotion decks. Maybe some Nature's Gifts Devotion would be pretty nice. And also any Meditating Mage players out there, this is going to hurt you quite a bit. But with that, let's go find some games. Alright, let's find game 1. Hopefully nothing too bad. There's our mirror match, looks like. I played quite a few games before this year trying to get a version of this deck that I liked. I was playing a few versions without the Gutting Slashes, and I decided I liked the Gutting Slashes, so I put them in. And this is the version with the Gutting Slashes. The previous games I took some highlight clips from. I'll put that in the beginning. But this is the final deck. We'll have the Gutting Slashes in here. I think they're much strong. I think it's better to have them than not have them, even if you give up something. Not enough control before. Okay, so here, mirror match. This is just, I think this comes down to if someone's running Xavier or Heatwave, and who gets their Melusine taller. And then always the classic mirror match, who draws better, which is why I hate mirror matches so much. But hopefully we won't be running into too many other games like this today. And already we have a different version of the deck, so this is good. I wouldn't call this a mirror match anymore. He's running the discard version. Pretty interesting. Let's go Cultists. We could go for the Order and boost our half through here. But let's be greedy. We're going to want more points here. We'll just wait until he has 2 units in a row. Hopefully that row will be the melee row. And the reason I put the Melusine Cultist in the melee row is if he's discarding anything else, like a Morkvarg or another Skirmisher, it'll go to the melee row and we'll be able to hit 2 units there. So he is playing Rioghan. Should be interesting. Armored Drakar. I've seen this. This goes next to Melusine sometimes, so it gets boosted with Melusine. It's not a bad option. So you basically use Melusine's damage on the sides to boost stuff like Drakar and Draco Turtle to make them bigger, as opposed to getting value from the Melusine's Order with the rain damage. I think the rain damage is better overall because you're not making Melusine super tall, keeping her fairly damaged. If you could do both, obviously that's great. Spellblood Priest, yeah, I think this is a version, I've seen versions like this that run Gdyneith and the Croclan Preacher with the Mushy Truffle, but usually they're in the Battle Trance deck. It'd be interesting to see what this guy's running here.
The sea demands a price, and you shall pay.
We're just going to start putting the rains out, so we're going to play Messenger here, and then if it's across from our Melusine Cultist, if it only has 1 unit, we still get the same 4 total value because he's buffing the thing next to him. Normally you wouldn't want to be buffing Melusine, but we don't really have many other cultists but next to him. Kind of surprised he lived, honestly. We have half root. Okay, yeah, so there's a Skuld. I was thinking this, that at some point he's probably going to discard again, and he'll go melee. Unless he discards a non-discard fodder card. Like a bronze, yes, like a bronze or something, probably like a hermit, something like that. Now, we have Gutting Slashes. But we can't kill the... I think we hit the priest, and there's a 50%-ish chance he dies here. I know that's not how statistics work, but I don't really feel like calculating it right now. Looks like he lived this time. It was worth going for, I think. Looks like Melusian's order again. As long as he doesn't interfere here, our Melusian's going to get bigger. The thing is, he's playing the Gdyneith Draco Turtle version. We have to be careful. There's his Melusian. Our hand's really good. So what I want to do is go for a 2-round approach here. I guess we hit Melusian here. It's worth the most points. You argue the cultist is worth more, but I think he's going to pass, so it won't be. After 2 turns, the cultist would be worth more points. But yeah, like I said, I think he's going to pass here. So. Our hand is really strong. I want to go for a 2-round push here to go for a 2-0. For however cards in our hand. If he's playing the Gdyneith version, like with Rage of the Sea instead of Battle Trance, which is possible based on what I've seen so far, then we want to force that out round 2. And our hand's looking pretty good for that. Oh yeah, we got Messenger of the Sea back. That's pretty key. So we can Odomancy Fuchsia. We can Resurrect Melusian, which we'll do right away in case he has Xavier. Then we have the... He's got Melusian, Rioghan. Okay. So we discarded Melusian Cultist last round. Let's get back our Melusian right away. What are we going to play? We're going to Odomancy out Fuchsia. That's better on a Messenger of the Sea or something gives us more rain duration. So I think we want to write for the Melusian. Although it's certainly... We could argue to set something else up. I want the rains from Fuchsia across from him. Let's make sure that if he has Xavier, now he can't banish us. If he has Heatwave, he will now banish us. Fulmar is a little bit weaker in this matchup just because we know how easy it is for him to kill without Defender. Right, so if he has a Gutting Slash, you can kill it. If he has any 5 damage card and then a Rain, you can just click the Rain on the row and kill it. So he's much more vulnerable here. Could even... The thing is, like, you don't need Rioghan on Storm for Rioghan's combo to be really good. You can just use Rioghan. Okay, there's an Iris's Companions.
Agreed, as per our contract.
So that makes me think he is playing some kind of combo like that. Companions is really interesting for Skellege. If you have Iris in hand, you can pick the card you discard, so it's basically a draw any card discard. So you run Iris and Companions. If you get them both, it's really good. Very interesting. I'm going to go for this here instead of Fuchsia. Because this tells me he has some kind of combo, and that combo can probably win him a round. Since that combo can win him a round, I don't want to commit Fuchsia yet. I want that for a round 3 play. So, Iris's... Yeah, this is all comes down to him playing Iris's Companions, why I changed my plan here. Since Iris's Companions tells me he has some combo that he relies on to win. It's probably a round 3 combo. There's Draco Turtle. So he probably has some kind of round 3 combo to win the game. Which means that I'm going to need to force that out. But it also means if we use it in this round, we can't 2-0 him, most likely. So instead, we'll just be going for a bit of Fulmar and stuff and go for a short round 3 with Fuchsia. That's going to be our changed plan. Messenger will still be pretty good, but I don't think it'll be enough to win the round no matter what, because he's going to have some combo, right? Draco Turtle, maybe Iris, Shade, that'd be pretty funny. Haven't seen that one in a while. More likely is Marindromes, or just Svalbard Cultist. So his setup here is actually really good for what we're doing. But that is what it is. We do have Messenger of the Sea out, and we'll do Fulmar's Transform in a little bit. We're going to get a lot of value here. Our Delirium will just hit Draco Turtle Armor probably. So this is going to go to round 3, but if we can get rid of his combo, preferably if he has a Gdyneith, we'll be in a good spot. He's going to have to commit the Gdyneith if he has it. Priest. But look, he's got his ideal setup there. But so do we. Let's see, we can Delirium. It's probably going to not hit anything valuable. That's interesting. Maybe that'll die. That'd be nice, actually. Oh, nice, we got it. That's really good. Obviously, we didn't count on that, and we'd still be in a good spot otherwise, but he needs... I think he needs his Gdyneith now. I want him to play it. No matter what he does here, we play Grandma's Purifier Messenger, so we can resurrect her round 3 with our Fuchsia if he banishes our Melusine. And then, so we purify her so we can resurrect her with that, or the Freya's Blessing. So he's going to put Rain out. I think we do Storm now. Oh, nice. So yeah, we have actually... not sure why you put that ranged. It gives us another target for Storm. We'll make this duration 3. We'll just put this Rain... Do we do this Rain? We can resurrect Rioghan with Bride. I think we'll go for that. We'll transform this to Storm and resurrect Rioghan. Not quite yet. We'll do it next turn. Gives us another opportunity for him to put something in that row. Actually, he won't. Okay, there's Irish Shade. He actually was playing that. And actually, we'll get the combo off here. I'm not sure. This is like the first game of the updated deck we got the combo off. We didn't get it off with the other one, so many Xavier's, but he didn't have it. And look at those points go. That's a lot of value, boys. A lot of value indeed. Now, he could still win if he has Yrden or something. But I don't think he has Yrden. And if he does, we have Fuchsia left still, so it won't be that bad. Covenant of Steel. Yeah, there's nothing here that saves him. Even if he is randomly running a Yrden, which I don't think he... Okay, he is. I said I don't think he is, but he is. Still not going to be enough. And we take that one pretty easily. Alright, let's find game 2. Last one's pretty interesting. Random Yrden. Pretty weird. Okay, so here we have...
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Nice. So this is going to be Nature's Gift. This is a devotion deck, so that's a little most certainly be helpful at least. That being said, it's a very strong deck, so it doesn't guarantee us a win. We do need to win round 1 for this to work, so we win round 1, go to round, just pass round 2, long round 3, we go for the combo. That's our plan. Double Messenger helps with a lot. Cultist. Normally you'd say you open with the little half-brew, but why would I do that? Like, I mean, I could do that, but with Nature's Gift, there's definitely stuff going to be going melee. Because if you use open Cultist, they just play all in the other row. But if you have a card like they're playing Nature's Gift, they're randomly spawning Treants, they'll go melee eventually. And I really want the Crystal Skull in this guy. Now, do we Giga Scorpion Decoction here? Let's go Melusine. Let's go for our own setup. This could be risky. But he can't have... he's not... There's a small chance he's playing a non-devotion version of this deck. But I mean, like a small chance. Almost all of them are devotion. So Melusine's safe. The more Melusine carryover we get, the better it is, because our danger here is in getting bled round 2, so we can't do our long round 3 combo. The best way to counteract that is making Melusine really big. So this helps our overall game plan. At the cost of getting an extra point off Dunka or something. Probably Rebuke here. Yeah, it's Rebuke. That's fine. We do have to watch out for sim loss, though. We need messengers. I need messenger to be... I'm sure you'll be at a 6 here, that's fine.
Demands a price, and you shall pay it.
I'd really prefer not to give it the second messenger here, just because we don't have a Freya's Blessing. The only way to bring back one would be Fuchsia. And right now, Fuchsia is our only way to resurrect Melusine. So that would not be the ideal choice. Although we might have to. There's a sorceress. Actually, I might want to take a Scorpion Decoction her. I think we have to Decoction her. Because if we don't, there's a chance... Well, he can just create a damage card and then play a damage card from hand and kill our messenger. So the only way this really works is if we make sure messenger lives. And that's one way to make sure messenger lives, is to do that. Symbiosis is still a threat. Annoyingly. I really don't want to play the second messenger, but I think we might have to. The choices like Grimace isn't great. No Fuchsia, no Fulmar. We didn't play anything for Bride yet, except Decoction, which wouldn't be bad, honestly. We could replay Decoction if he plays another Sorceress. The Sorceress is really a scary card because it's what lets him get into range to kill our messenger for now. Right now, right, he can use Dunka's Order. He gets down. Okay. Do we replay it?
Illusions. You've yet to see what they can accomplish.
We're gonna click this. Question is, second messenger, or do we go for... We could go Bremis. Doesn't do anything, but let's go for this. Now, if he wants to commit Dunka Order, and... The only reason we did this, by the way, is because there's a really good chance we actually damage this, Sorceress. Thought about that for a second there. If we do damage her, he can't do the double damage orders. Obviously here, he has the option to not get her damaged. Okay, here's our problem. Is he wins this round with... We can purify that off. That saves a couple points. Let me purify this off too. One's worth 2, one's worth 3 eventually. I'll take the 3 eventually. We're playing a lot into this round. We'll commit the second one here. Make sure we win the round. The thing is, Symbiosis is still a threat. Really annoying. Even though we're up to like 22, Symbiosis into 2 units. Okay, we're going to lose that one. It's getting rebuked. I said we wanted to win this round, go for long round 3. It's not going to happen. Because Symbiosis wins him the round here, I think. We could Rioghan early to win this round, then we don't have the round 3 combo. We could also replay Decoction here, just because this one messenger is still going to get a lot of points. Let's put this here in case he kills something. We still have a cultist next to Melusine. Is there a reason not to kill this one? I don't think so. Grimace has another Purify in case he puts another Vitality on his Hamadryad. And this should get him out. If he doesn't leave, it's because he's holding Symbiosis, which means we pass. Or if he plays Symbiosis, we pass. So, the good thing here is, even if he wins this round, we've set up our Melusine to be resurrected round 2 to stop a round 2 bleed. Which is good, obviously. Okay, this is going to be another Bountiful Harvest. Let's see here. We're going to pass. I'm just thinking about if he will be able to bleed us even with our... what's it called? Melusine. He's not going to win on even just because of how much value from Messenger next turn, and we still have Rains out. So even this looks scary, we can still just pass. Even if this goes on Hamadryad, we're fine. Because the Rains and Messenger represent an 8-point differential. He gets +2, we're fine, we'll just pass. And then, if he does anything next round, we can resurrect Melusine. If he doesn't, we have a medium-ish round 3. Even in a shorter-ish round, we can just stack a bunch of Rains and not transform them into Storm. And then resurrect something else other than Rioghan. Or not other than Rioghan. We can just, even if he kills our Fulmar, we can just Rioghan the Rains for good value. So we did make him use up his big cards, which is good. I want a Hermit to just drop. I don't think Gutting Slash is helpful. Delirium might be. The reason Gutting Slash isn't is because he had several turns of Dunka hand buff. So, and then he played some Bountiful Harvest, so anything he plays might be at 6. Ethne. Oh, he's committing hard. He wants a 2-0. But he's playing Devotion. So what's he gonna do about this? Which was what our plan was round 1. You know, I said this when we started the game. Our plan is if he, when we first played, our first 3 plays I think it was, we went for the Melusian setup instead of answering his engines. Just because of the overall gameplay, we want round 1, round 2, round 3. We want long round 3, long round 1, pass round 2. There's his sim loss. This is his scary card here, but Melusian is so much value. Like, this was our plan all along. And this is why we set it up, to stop something like this. Well, we do lose Fuchsia, which is honestly pretty big card, but we can drop our defender here. He'll have to move it with a making a bomb. Oh, you won't even get making a bomb anymore. The other thing is we could just use Fulmar in this round, right? He's going to have a whole bunch of units. We'll just play Fulmar in this round, and we'll rely on Melusian coming back again, because he's not running any neutral cards. He's playing Devotion. You can tell that basically from the beginning of the game. This is a Devotion deck almost all the time. And then he's running Ethne. If you're running Ethne, it's almost certainly a Devotion version. Well, I'd say like 99% Devotion. Making a bomb we mentioned. Circle of Life comes in here to kill our Fuchsia, I'm sure. We just go Fulmar here though. Right? Need 12 points. Fulmar represents... He's 6. Makes another 2, that's 8. Yeah, we should be fine here. You might have to click a leader charge. Let's put this on this row. We could have, by the way, put the Fulmar back by Melusian, but there's a very small chance he's running the Sheldon Skeggs. I've seen like one person doing it, but it was pretty recent. So we're just going to not risk that. Melusian getting another point bigger won't make much of a difference. There we go. Win uneven here. Fulmar's gone. That's okay. That's okay. So we have round 3. Now all we need is right, and we're fine. And there's right, so we're fine. Now I just want damage cards. Is all we're gonna. It doesn't matter when we play Melusian here, but I think I'll play her first because we need a proactive play. I want damage cards because he's gonna have. He hasn't played Elven Seers. Maybe he's not running them, but that'd be pretty. I don't think. See what he's played. He played. He's probably running Elven Seers. Okay, I don't want 2 damage cards. This is enough. Staff, honestly, probably not great here. But we do have the option to... Oh, we actually... Never mind. We already played our Bride. I forgot about that. I thought we still had Bride from Onermancy. That's okay. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, there's an Elven Seer. We'll kill that. And the Melusian is more than his Gourd. Even if he buffed everything with... Even if he buffed it every Bountiful Harvest is bigger. So... What's he gonna do when we just kill his units and then it's our finisher, Melusian versus his Gourd? Our Melusian's bigger. And that'll be it for that. Okay, game 3. This should be pretty interesting. This will be the mid-range mage siege type deck. So we need Gutting Slashes. No, not a Hermit. We need Gutting Slashes. Decoction's nice. Need another damage card. Delirium could work. That's not a damage card. Okay, we'll try and make the best of this. We have to stop the students. If the students get big, the alumni win the game. See, the thing is our combo's not great against him, because most of his value round 3 comes from orders. And they'll have Zeal from alumni if we don't stop the students. So we have to win this round. Because even our combo for round 3 is not going to work on him. I mean, it'll work, but he'll kill Messenger with his orders, and then we'll lose.
Folks say we live like princesses. If only they knew.
Okay, so we have to kill that. Decoction, I want to save the Band Artist student, because that's the more threatening one. So we'll probably set up a Delirium here with a Rain Delirium. This is what I really wanted Gutting Slash for. I think these people typically run 1 Boiling Oil. Oh, Meditating Mages as well. Interesting. So yeah, we absolutely will lose the game if we lose round 1 now. But we can try and make sure it doesn't happen. It means we need to go with messenger early. Need as many messenger points as possible. And we want to boost them out of Selkirk range. So I want to get them tall as fast as we possibly can. If he's playing the Mushy Truffle version, then it's not Devotion. Trying to think. Usually these are Devotion decks, right? The Mushy Truffle ones aren't, but we'll see. Depends how much he leans into the Meditating Mages. So we'll put this one here, and we'll boost it. I want to get these out of Selkirk range as fast as possible. The other thing is, there's like a 0% chance he's running Yrden. We already had a random Yrden for the day, so we can put these in the same row. Make them taller, get out of Selkirk as quickly as possible. And there's the Captor of Wizards. Alright, so he's going for a lot of Meditating Mages here, isn't he? This might be Banished Student, if he can see it. Honestly, we've missed our chance to kill the Aratsua student, but that was going to be really difficult anyway. Let's put a Rain out. And a little half-root. We'll put her in melee, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we just want to keep boosting with the cultists, or messengers boosting as tall as possible, as quickly as possible, so they don't get Selkirked. Although the R2 is a student, he can kind of kill whatever he wants. We could kill Rafard's Vengeance, but I really want to kill a melee student, the Bernard student. Let's see what we have here. As I expected, this will be the Bernard student. That's the one we want to kill. But he boosted it up really tall. And he might make a second one. If he's holding Meditating Mage, he won't click the button here. If he isn't, he'll click the button. So I don't think he has any more Meditating Mages, which is nice. Could just Delirium the range draw, see if we kill the Meditating Mages. That's probably worth it. Because this entire game comes down to winning this round. Let's go for a second little half-through. There's no guarantee we hit those Meditating Mages. And I'd rather set up more rain, so we don't have to use a leader charge. And then we can Delirium or Decoction those students in the melee row. There's another one. Artuza.
We need sleep. Another test. So soon.
I think we can outvalue him here with two messengers. It might take our last leader charge though, or we might have to Fuchsia. But this game just comes down to whether or not we win this round. Okay, so he does have another Mage in hand, probably. We click those so we can't kill them. Makes sense. At least I think he should click them. At least those two. Just the one. Okay, the other one was at 2 strength, so I can see it. We might go for the Delirium here. I'm going for the Fuchsia for a lot of rain. I don't feel bad using Fuchsia. We need to win this round no matter what. And we can bring her back. A lot of rain durations. Put this out here. That should do it. Selkirk will answer one of these, but then we'll be fine. That should be the end of this round. We want to win this round and then go for a round 2. Like push on even with 2-0. Just because his alumni will be too big. Nice. So that's a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 12 points a turn. Honestly, that could outvalue us. But we have to keep going. I guess we probably kill one of those with Decoction. The alumni or the Vanard student was too big because he played it with the I think it was Assault, and we didn't want to RNG into maybe we hit it with Delirium, maybe we don't. Maybe we should have. But then again, it's not a guarantee, and then we wouldn't have the rain set up. Okay, so at this point, though, what do? We have Grimace, which isn't great. We can remove... I mean, Grimace is actually pretty great here. That's not what I meant. And he is great, because we can remove these. So we keep going here. We'll remove those. And Messengers will get us the round eventually. That's our plan. Then we push for on a 2-0 and see if we win or not. His alumni are at least so big at this point that the round 3 where he has everything set up, there's just no way we can beat that. So our plan here is still the same as always, win this round. And then go for a round 2 push. This would have been a lot easier if we had our Melusine this round. Okay, there's Winch. Interesting. 8 points a turn, because he clicked the Meditating Mages. We'll decoction something here. Probably, we can just remove that one. I guess we try and kill this Vanguard student. It's probably the smartest choice, so we can purify off this guy. Grandma's putting in a lot of work here. We're going to click our little half-bruise order yet. We'll do it this turn, but we're up by quite a bit. And we should win this round. Now, even the Selkirk boosted by the Artusa student won't be enough for him. And then we'll go to round 2, and we'll push hard round 2, and see if we win or not. Hopefully get rid of his big cards, his Shanties and such. We'll have to deal with those. Are you serious?
Any last words?
Well, that's the game there. Can't win this round, and game's over. I think we'll play it out, but there's no way we win. I'll probably skip over the middle of this and just go to the end, because there's going to be nothing instructive in it. We just lose to alumni. See, that's that, and here we are. Basically, what we knew would happen as soon as we lost round 1. And that's GG. Let's cut out like 10 minutes of that, by the way. Alright, let's do one more game. Feels bad to lose on a random Yrden in a deck that usually doesn't have a Yrden, but good job, your tech card won you a game. Now we have, for our last game here, Hyperthin. Finally, Hyperthin's really good, because they're not going to have... Well, they might have Xavier, but usually they don't. They have Invocation, which is problematic. But I know for a fact, he doesn't have Yrden. For a fact. I'm not getting Yrden in 3 out of 4 games. Not going to happen. It's like everyone turned into Xavier, from Xavier players into Yrden players when I put the Gutting Slashes in and started recording games. So that's pretty weird. I'm not sure which one I like less. And it's Mel. You know, one of these days I'm going to say it's Hyperthin, and it's going to be Hyperthin and not Mill. Why is everyone playing Mill? By the way, we're probably also going to go down a card and get milled, because he's going to play his Mata here. It's like it's the lucky setup they get sometimes, so they have Stregobor, Crystal Skull, because they're going first, so you can't do anything about it. And they play Mata, so you mill a card from Stregobor, and they draw an extra card, so they go up a card and you get milled. It's probably Onomancy for it or something. Oh, nice. We don't actually get milled. So he doesn't go up a card. We lose Fuchsia, though. That's bad. Messenger is actually really strong. I'm really glad we got that. That helps a lot. He has no on-field removal for Mill. So if we just drop Messenger, what's he going to do? I think we should play Onomancy, though. We definitely want this Melusine out of our deck. We can't have her getting milled. That's our round 2. Well, it's a mill, so we'd probably win anyway, but we want her for her points. I'm extra mad at Mill right now, by the way, because I tried to make a Shoop deck at someone's request the other day, and at some point I lost to a Mill player. So normally I don't hate Mill. We hate Mill a little bit right now. Just trying to play some Shoop, man. I'm gonna mill my Shoop out of my deck and make my entire deck invalid. Anyway, Melusine here. Do this. Cultist will start boosting. We're saving the order on the Cultist until we play the Messenger, just for a little bit more points. Make sure we put it in the right row. So we're going to be playing a lot of raid with Melusine. The Cultist is a one-time, we get the Melusines every turn. There's a Kingslayer. Like, this isn't even fun, I just know we're going to win. So, just like kind of a waste of time at this point. There's nothing he can do to win the game. he can't interact with Messenger of the Sea, and we have Messenger of the Sea and Melusine out. So at this point, the game's over. There's no way he can win this round, even with leader. Round 2. Okay, maybe he saves his leader. Here's what he should do. He should save his leader for round 2, and then go for leader ability with all the big cards. Tibor, Golem, Vilgefortz, round 2. Then save Mata. Maybe he can get a free draw from Mata where we don't draw and go up a card. So potentially he goes up a card round 2. Has leader. Okay, he's not going to have Tibor. That means he's running Renew. Otherwise you wouldn't play Tibor this early. I think he has Renew. So yeah, he should not play big cards like that and save them all for round 2. We, on the other hand, should make sure we don't overcommit round 1. Because you have to remember there's very low tempo in actual mill decks, other than the leader charge. Okay, Delirium's fine. I don't care. Even then, though, he still can't win. Because I have Right for my Melusine. And we have Bride. We could just go one turn Vaedrmakar. I don't really want to draw a Scepter. Saves us a few points by not having click orders. Yeah, he has no value here. Without leader here, I think the last 4 cards of his hand don't even win. But, yeah. What's he gonna do? He's playing mill. It's not like he can do something. We might have to Onomancy early to actually play a card. With the Onomancy out, that Messenger as soon as possible. There's a tiny chance he's playing Xavier. I think with Millos there's very, very few provisions to play with. And I think it's more likely he's playing the Xavier than he is the... I don't think he's playing anything. Like, he's not going to have removal. This mill cards just take too many provisions, and the fact that he's playing Tibor and Stregobor are those provisions where you can fit in a tech card if you want, like an Invocation. And Onomancy, so like he's not going to. Okay, we get this removed. Give me Messenger. That'd be pretty nice. This is why we brought back Defender, by the way, because he does have Vilgefortz. As a removal, he will be playing. So we don't want to get our Melusine Vilgefortz right away. We can use our Bride to resurrect our... It's a Scepter. This rain will be useful. So we can use our Bride to bring back Melusine. That's why we're not really concerned that we don't have Fuchsia, but we can use Right on Defender, then use Bride's Right on Melusine. Like the old time play we used to do with the 3 on Melusine deck before all the new rain cards came out.
Here's our chance.
I think we just want Melusine. Actually, we get more points if we go for Messenger first, right? We split them up. Okay, we're going to split them up. There's no way he's playing Yrden. But just in case, we've been Yrden twice already by people I said. Well, one of them I kind of suspected because it was a Lippy player. That's something they tend to run. One of them was just out of nowhere Yrden from Alumni Mages. So, just in case this person has a random Yrden, we're not going to lose to it. To be fair, the mage player wasn't me playing into it either. Like, I knew we could get real punished, but I wanted to get the 2 messengers as tall as possible so they couldn't get Selkirked. So it actually made sense. It's not like it didn't matter where I put them, and there's no reason. I just threw them range for no reason. It was I want them to get boosted out of Selkirk range, so it makes sense to me to play that range to get boosted faster on Melusine Cultist. Okay, I don't know what that's doing here. I'm just confused. We'll go Bride for Melusine. Make sure we put the Bride at the end of a row and resurrect Melusine on that row so her order refreshes. We'll leave Gremlins, doesn't matter that much. But this game's over. It's been over since round 1. But he's still here because he's going to play it out. Swizia, he has Golem. So the best possible case for him is he's playing Snowdrop, plays Snowdrop, plays Leader, gets all 3 on top of his deck, plays Mata. Okay.
We dance.
For up a card once he finished milling us, which he didn't. So that's not going to happen. Let's just play this. Let's get more turns on Fulmar. That's probably... It doesn't matter. Like, I'm 90% sure if we just passed, we'd win. Okay, that's an exaggeration, because he still has his leader ability. But without Snowdrop leader, there's nothing he can do. This is what you get for playing Mill, my friend. I hope you're the person who beat me when I was playing Shoop the other day. And just milled my Shoop first. Nice RNG. That's not even what made him win the game, though. Talking about that Shoop one, that's not what made him win the game. It was just that we're playing Shoop and all our cards were bad. Relying on recycling the Shoop card. He milled it, and then he was also playing Xavier and banished the Shoop today off from our discard pile. I mean, come on, man. It's not cool. There's Imperial Golem. And, I don't know, we just click this. We can't bring back Rioghan the Undying. We'll just storm this row. So we don't actually need that much more rain than we have.
Mock not the creeds of others. It's neither polite nor safe.
But, come on, we're up by 54 and he's playing Mill. What's he gonna do? We haven't seen Snowdrop, so he used the Stregobor provisions and the Mata provisions and the Alyssa provisions to get into his... Well, that's basically instead of his tall removal, right? There's no Ivar Evil Eye, which would be the big threat here. And Renew. Okay, we kind of expected the Vilgeforts. Ivar would be worse, but he's not going to be running Ivar if he's already shown us provisions in Mata and Stregobor. I like running Ivar because you really need the tempo plays as Mill.
Not a moment's pace.
That one time I played Mill for a video talking about, I think we put Ivar in that. Like when I made that video, like Ivar is a card that can actually help the deck quite a bit. And I think it's better than having these Mata Stregobor stuff. That being said, Mata Stregobor up a card round 1 might actually help you to win. We're still up by 42. There's a... Oh, Spores. No, okay, look at this. He's got like perfect answers to us. And it's not going to be enough. Even if he has another Spores. Not going to work. And he has into Snowdrop. Even if he Snowdrops and then gets all 3 of this Mage Assassins and Defiance only from the Morven, it won't give him enough points. It'd be really funny for his RNG to be that good, but he won't. And there's a GG. What do I think? What would I change? All that good stuff you guys like to hear. Honestly, I think the deck's fine. Okay, here's the thing. The deck's good, but Rioghan's not good. People don't like when I say Rioghan's not good. He's a strong card. But as long as people are playing Xavier, his deck based around him is not good. For the reason that as soon as you set up your round 3 combo, and then they banish him, what do you do? So honestly, if you're playing Xavier and you only want to banish, not Xavier, because Xavier banishes multiple cards. If you're playing Squirrel, you might not want to Squirrel this till round 3. So they can set up all the extra durations and then they don't go off instead of something else. That's a little greedy. I'd probably just banish it right away, but you get the idea. So the deck with Rioghan, I think, is best if you don't overcommit to the Reigns, right? So we are playing Scepter, Storms, Vaedrmakar just for a bit of fun and because it was requested. But there's no, what's it called? We don't want faction neutral. Like, we don't have the Tears of the Sirens, the big one here. We're not running. We're running all the other rain cards. I think really you don't want Vaedrmakar and Scepter unless you're really trying to go for the combo here. Most people probably just not run those. But we really want to get some highlights of the Rioghan combo because it was requested we play the deck. And didn't quite work out. We didn't get the combos. We certainly won a lot of games. We were starting to peak Skellege MMR with this one. But it's mostly down to the power of Messenger and the rest of the rain deck, not so much Rioghan, because Rioghan really didn't do anything. Basically, he's a tank for Melusine in the graveyard, so they banish Rioghan instead of Melusine. But then again, your Melusine's not going to be there if you're playing the deck correctly. Well, not playing the deck correctly if your game's going how you want it to. Because you just want to win round 1. You just want to resurrect Melusine at the start of a round after winning the previous one. You don't just throw Melusine down in a round you're not going to win, round 1 or 2, because then they banish her. you throw down a round you're going to win, and then you resurrect it right away the next round. And then the 2 rounds in which you know you'll have or not be banished from your discard pile. You're playing discard pile and graveyard interchangeably. Play too many card games. Anyway, that's my opinion. I think Rioghan's certainly cool and he's certainly strong, but as long as people are playing Xavier and Squirrel, he's probably not going to go. He's not going to do much. And then you can play against the deck by not having them have a long round 3 as well. So that's certainly something you can play as well. Not a bad option. The rest of the deck, I think it's fine. You can certainly swap cards around as you want to here. I didn't think too hard on that. Actually, I sort of thought about it, but mostly this is pretty similar to the other Rain decks I play. And we just added in the Fulmar instead of Gdyneith. Kind of what I said with in the other video about the Gdyneith. You think you have to cut it for Fulmar, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. And then we have Covenant of Steel just to protect our messengers mostly from stuff like Spores. As you see, that's a pretty common tech card. It's a really strong tech card. You have a 4 provision spot in your deck that's not running Devotion. I'd recommend trying out a Spores. You might be surprised. There's a lot of targets for it, especially with how popular Nature's Gift is. So yeah, I think the deck's pretty good. I much prefer it with these 2 Gutting Slashes over something else, just because the control is really valuable against stuff like the Alumni Mages. Although we did lose to it here because we didn't draw enough control. Couldn't kill the first Aretuza student, and then he buffed up the Vaedrmakar student. That is what it is. That's what you get for not running something like Heatwave for big tall removal, which is kind of what you can swap Covenant of Steel for. You take Covenant of Steel for a big removal like Heatwave if you want to. And then I like Bride. You can take out a couple 6s to fit something in here. So minus Scepter, minus Gremist, minus Vaedrmakar gives you 17 provisions in 3 slots. And then you can cut something else. Like if you really want to, then you can cut like Bride. Although I would not cut Bride. Bride's really strong. But you can use those extra provisions like 17 in 3 slots. You can almost fit another 10 in there. You like drop a Freya's Blessing to a 4. You could fit in a Heatwave or something. That's probably better. But we want to make sure we got as much duration as possible here with our Vaedrmakar. Vaedrmakar is really neat, by the way. Just never extend your Dragon's Dream if you ever get one from Shoop or something. But that'll be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys liked the new intro to the videos. If not, well, I mean, it'll probably be there anyway, but just let me know if you like it or not. And hopefully we'll see you next time.